Hello, all my gamer friendulums, and yes, it is I. I am on screen for the very rare moments you get to gaze upon my beauty. But yes, today, the latest and last trailer for The Last of Us Season 2 just dropped, and I haven't watched it. I think it dropped about 2 hours ago, and I have not watched it yet. I wanted to record my reaction to it as I watch it for the very first time, and then I'll go through it again and break down things that I know about and recognize and whatnot. See what they've changed or added. Let's get into this. I'm very excited. Let's go. Watch.
You okay?
Yeah.
This is where we live.
Jackson.
And what's that?
The fence.
What's inside?
His kid. I guess
People.
I guess that's his. Yeah.
What's outside?
Monsters.
By the time the sun comes up tomorrow, there's a very good chance you'll be dead. You're gonna lose.
Don't you know what he did?
Jesus.
You swore.
Yeah. That picture. Alrighty, that was pretty awesome. But honestly, I feel a little bit. I keep thinking about the release cadence for these trailers is similar to the first season. And I remember the very first full trailer for the first season, I was like, whoa, for it being a very new show, and I was just really excited. And this one, I'm like, okay, that's cool, but for something about it that's missing, I don't know. I just wasn't as hyped as I was. Maybe it's just because it's the second season, and I just know it's going to be awesome like the first season. I just know. Now I just want to go through it again. Everything in it looked familiar. I couldn't see anything in it that looked like it might have been changed from the games. Some of the shots were almost identical from some parts of the games. I'll highlight that and add some pictures of overlays. And yes, get on my little webcam overlay in the corner. I don't know why it's black and white. I'm using Streamlabs. I just needed something to capture the screen. It's hard to just find a very simple screen capture then you can use later on and edit in DaVinci, which I use. I also want to know why DaVinci doesn't have its own built-in capture. That makes no sense to me. Editing programs like that. And if you're still watching this, let me know. But let's go back through this baby and I'll pick up on things that I can. You know, this isn't anything professional. I'm not young rock stars or new rock stars. So let's get into this. I guess there's not much to say here. It's obviously Ellie. She's walking over broken glass. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Are they acting like she's fucking what's her face from the Eurythmics? Walking on broken glass. Probably not. This little shot right here, I like because you can see boop. Or is it? Yeah, right there. You see a little clicker. Looks like it was the one that we see a little bit later. She's in some type of department store, old department store. Is she looking for resources? Is she hunting? Is this the part of the story where she leaves Jackson to go on her huge quest, carefully avoiding any spoilers for anyone who doesn't know what happens? Holy cannoli, I can't wait for you to watch the show. If you do know what happens, then you know what I'm talking about. And then the watch, the broken watch. Still broken and he hasn't fixed it, signifying his connection to his daughter. Rest in peace from first season. And then these graveyards. I know what these graveyards mean, or I'm pretty sure I know what they mean, showing the firefly emblem when it focuses. Now, it's just a regular firefly emblem. I'm not getting anything off that in particular. Does that mean anything that it's bronze or whatever that is, copper. I'm pretty sure this is a graveyard that Abby is visiting. Ellie, looking younger. This is definitely your earlier Abby. Allie, Jesus. Why could they find someone who has a different name than Ellie? To me, Ellie and Bella are too stinking similar. Rant over. This is giving me vibes of early after they finally got back to Jackson, and then season 1, then he swore about what happened, and obviously it was a straight up lie. He lied to her about her being the cure. She was willing to be sacrificed for the cure. We know that didn't work out. Joel saved her. He doomed humanity doing that. It is pretty selfish when you think about it. I mean, we all love Joel, but it's a pretty selfish thing to do. And we get it. One of the big, powerful moral questions of the games, what would you do for love? I'm thinking early after they got back to Jackson, they're settled in and they're kind of living the life. This part here, I don't see any significance in it. I'm not really sure if I'm missing something, but she's still thinking about if Joel told her the truth, because you can tell on her face at the end of season 1, she doesn't totally believe him. She wants to believe him. She doesn't want to believe that he's lying to her. So she goes along with it, or she's 50-50 on if he's telling the truth. She's definitely not sure. But this part, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything here that's standing out to me other than it's the woods. To me, this is her kind of just thinking off for a second. Like, I'm sure it's just running through her brain every day. Is he telling the truth? I don't think he told me the truth. I don't think Joel is being completely forthcoming about what's happening. It's pretty clear that she eventually figures it out.
Yeah.
Even that face, that little smiley face there, I don't know. Like, you can kind of even feel the tension in the air between them. He knows that she's suspect of what he said from even the first time he said it at the end of season 1. You could tell on both their faces, she was obviously not sure from day one. And you can still see that hesitation in her face. Not anything new we've seen before, but curious to see how much of that is real or not. Pretty sure we saw this almost exact same shot in the first trailers. But this is what I'm wondering how much of that is actually set. Probably like beyond that building, probably just green screen or something. This part's great because it's Joel with his nephew that I guess he didn't know he had.
The fence.
And it's a defense. So that means the boundary around their actual community. Joel Miller, has his own mailbox and his own house. I wonder why he has that whole house to himself. I don't think Ellie lives with him. Oh yeah, here we go. Maybe they live together. Or I'm sure they hang out a lot. And this is a special moment where Joel is giving her a guitar, which becomes a huge plot device in itself of like the relationship between her and Joel and the guitar. And you can see the little bandage on her arm where she has the tattoo, which I think she gave to herself. I don't think anyone did it to her. She just kind of did it to herself to cover up the bite mark on her arm. Looks like she's not wearing any shoes, and he is, but I don't know if that means anything. That's just me pointing out shit that I see.
What's inside?
This is a party that happens at the beginning of the games, and that looks like this is like a pretty much exact shot for shot of in the games, and also in one of the very first trailers, I believe. They're the exact same size. That's cute. I'm really on the fence about her. I hope she's good. I really don't want anyone in the show to be anywhere as good as actors as Joel and Belly. See? Belly. Find someone who doesn't have the same name. That's why they should have Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn and Ellie, almost two completely different names. And Kaitlyn almost had the job, but now she's playing Abby, and that makes sense. They're having a dance. There's someone in the background. I don't know if that person's singing. Maybe it's karaoke. That almost looks like there's a TV there. Maybe it's just somebody sitting in a chair drinking something. It almost looks like they have a mic to their mouth. Yeah, in the games, they were both the same height, but they were both taller in general. The same clicker that was pursuing Ellie in that department store or whatever it was. He's got the like branches coming up the side of the head, or whatever you want to call it, mushrooms. All right, so here we get a seraphite. A look at the seraphites again. This looks similar to a shot we saw in the first trailer, but the seraphites are like a cult, and they're formed in the Lower Queen Anne suburb of Seattle. It was started somehow from a woman that seems to be a mystery. I'm reading this off the Last of Us fandom wiki site. She became inspired to live an egalitarian life and strive for humanity to live off the land again, detached from mortal pleasures and reliance on technology. Somebody's hanging from a thingy here, and not sure if that's someone we know. I can't tell if it's anyone we've seen before. I think it could be just somebody from the town, Jackson perhaps, who got caught. It says WLF, Wolf. WLF stands for Washington Liberation Front, organized to fight against the Seraphites. But is this a significant character or just somebody we see with the helmet on? I'm thinking it's that. Then we have Abby again with her besties. As you can see, it's almost forming a triangle in a way, if that means anything. She's like leading them because she's determined, but I'm getting vibes that they're just kind of like, I don't really want to be here. I'm just here to help out Abby. The look of determination on her face is, there. And I'm really looking forward to see how Kaitlyn is. Like, I already know she's a good actress. Really excited to see how she plays Abby. Character right here is just kind of like, I'm tired. Why are we still here? Let's go make a camp. The way that this one is kind of carrying the gun downwards, like she doesn't really want to be using it. Though Abby looks like she's ready to use it as soon as she has to. That could just be me, But I mean, I don't think the actors decide exactly how they hold guns when they're walking. Like, director, whoever says, yeah, you hold it this way, you hold it that way, to kind of signify character and how they feel. Like, why is a clicker coming up out of the ground? Maybe they fell over and they're getting back up. Way more advanced ones, and then ones who were just recently got infected. This gigantic horde that's attacking Jackson, obviously that's a big thing that I can't wait to find out what that's about exactly, because I don't remember that happening in Last of Us 2 game at all, but that did come out like almost 5 years now, which is nuts. So I don't remember everything. And I only played it once, but I did like it. Clicker looks pretty much the same as before, but it does look like they're coming up out of the ground. Are they trying to say that clickers live under the snow now? I'm not sure.
Monsters.
Monsters. Don't kill me. These explosions, they look pretty real. I can't tell. Like, I really hope they are, because I'm sick of people using fake explosions. It never looks real. Why this gigantic horde of clickers is attacking, how they would even get them to attack is the biggest question I have. Is how do you control a horde of clickers to attack anything? Like, they just attack whatever is nearby naturally. Whatever is near them is a threat automatically, whether they are or not, and they'll come at you. But how do they know to go that way? I guess it's the hive mind that wasn't a thing in the game, but they added it to the show, which made sense in a way. Every clicker all over the world is connected, the vines of the fungus or something. But how they got a horde of clickers to attack anything like this is very curious to me, because they're not anything you can control. Someone figured out how to control it? Is that what happened? Because that'd be crazy. There's definitely going to be more of Tommy in this season, and there wasn't enough Tommy in last season at all. I was like, come on, the guy definitely got the chops. As you can see, the women Seraphites still have their hair. The men don't. All the men shave their heads, and they all have this vicious scar on each side of their face. And I forget what that signifies, but I mean, you see that, and you're automatically just gonna think of the Joker with their faces like cut up. This girl is giving me vibes of, what are we doing? This is like wrong kind of things, maybe, or I don't want to have to do this, but I'm literally just getting that from the look on her face. See, there's another scar, but I'm almost getting the kind of the vibes of same as the girl who maybe is his daughter, of like, why are we doing this? I don't want to do this. I don't want to kill anyone. Let's just live in the woods, mind our own business. And again, I'm gleaning all of that from just the look on his face. And if this is the guy who's the main character, or he's just happens to be a Seraphite in this scene. This looks like it's connected to the part where that person's being hung up, or that awful looking scene. There is Dina again, and this time she's wearing that coat that, I don't know, it's like they're trying to make that coat have a significance, but I don't see what it is. Other than the fact that it's very similar to a coat that a girl from the Walking Dead games wore, which I find that to be a weird coincidence. Oh, so much so that I don't believe it's a full-on coincidence. Let me get like another shot of Jesse, one of the first full-on shots of Jesse, played by young Mizuno, who has like the coolest name ever. Sounds like a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. But what are they looking at? She seems kind of distracted, looking down. He's looking up, ready to go. Ellie and Dina getting it on. They's gonna get it on. I hope you's prepared for some lesbian shit. And if you don't like it, eat my butt. Now this is a scene pretty significant. Yeah. From that earlier shot of her looking off, they're heading towards this space museum that somehow exists that no one seems to know about except Joel. But yeah, they find this space machine, and Ellie is like from an era where this stuff was completely like, years after her was even born. So it's crazy to her that this was even possible, just like in season 1, where she was amazed that people flew in planes. So people flying to space, that would be even crazier. And there's a little spacesuit over there. I think I know what they do with that later. This is exact from the games as well. They just have a little moment here. It's like the last really nice moment that Joel and Ellie has, when later on Ellie finally, understands what happened. And here he goes looking at her tattoo that she started doing herself. And he's just looking at it. It looks like a deer. Oh, there's an eyeball. It looks like a Radiohead poster. Yeah, Radiohead. Drawings, maybe like she was drawing out her own idea for the tattoo before she gave it to herself. But, Ellie is a lot more of a badass now for sure. As you can see. Bam, 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 bam. Look at her. She's gangsta. And there's my man, Jeffrey Wright. I love Jeffrey Wright. I don't even care if he's playing a bad guy because it kind of looks like he does. Jeffrey Wright's just a man. He just kills it in every role. All I can see is boobies. Who this Seraphite is, are they important, or he's just torturing him for some reason? You're gonna lose. Is that young Mizuno? Shit, it might be. I can't tell. That actually could be his name in the game. Jesse's, I think. It could be him, which that would suck. I don't remember what happened to him in the games either. I can't remember if he died or maybe I honestly can't remember. But that does look like Jesse. Kind of the way she's lowering gun. Oh, there's another hand over there. This with the mouth, I don't know what that's about. In the games, the spores are kind of always in the air, so you'd have to wear a mask or whatnot. Remove that idea. They didn't want the actors having masks on all day. But you can see the things floating around. Burst of stuff coming out of his mouth. There's Abby running up. This looks like the part where Abby gets attacked and then Joel and Tommy save her. Don't know who this guy is. For some reason, it looks a little bit like Joey Pants. Joey Pantoliano. Joey Cypher for The Matrix. Don't know if this is the brand new character just for the show. I was very disappointed to see after the trailer was over that they still didn't show Catherine O'Hara again. They're still keeping it a complete secret as to who this brand new character is. They didn't show her at all. Someone was wondering if she's only in that one scene where she's like giving therapy to Joel. And I can tell that was Joel behind him. Yeah, it looks like Joel behind him. And it kind of looks like the same shot where he's about to shoot him in the head. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's the same shirt he's wearing. He has that look on his face of like he has no feelings at all towards killing this person. I mean, when you really think about it, Joel's a monster. Like, he's not a good person, honestly. If you really think about all the shit that he did, he's a bad person. We still love him, but he's a bad person. And more with the hordes of clickers and how they're all like working together and attacking, it's something that I'm very curious to find out how that works out. Ellie fighting a clicker, but they're like running on top of the train because there's a shot from the other trailer of them inside of a train. So now they're on top of it. Maybe they were inside first, then got on top, or on top and then inside. Yeah, I guess he probably gets out of it. I'm assuming he might be on a horse. Hard to tell. If you know the games, you know what she means, but that actually kind of gave me chills. I don't know why, because I'm like, I know what he did. And Bella has that face. Yeah, I know what he did too. But I just don't want to say it out loud. There's another person the Seraphites are working with. I don't know. The Seraphites, I feel like they should just mind their business. Like, just live in the woods and don't bother anyone. Yeah, that's Dina, but what's happening there? Like, she being attacked? It almost looks like maybe she got hurt and Ellie's trying to mend it or something. Maybe she's having a baby. Just kidding. Hopefully she's not as annoying as her character in Romulus. She was absolutely horrendous in Romulus. I fucking couldn't wait for her to die. She was terrible. Well, this part's pretty sick with Tommy with flamethrower on the giant clicker, whatever you want to call them. Maybe that's a purely digital or just a stunt double. Yeah, it's got to be digital, obviously. That's a really tall person. I don't think they could find anyone that tall. This is actually, I think, the first time I've seen them right next to a person. Let's say Tommy's like 5'7". Dude could be like 7, 8 feet tall. So that's why it's assuming all digital, unless they could find someone that tall to play. Or maybe they hired that dude from Reacher season 3, you know, that gigantic dude, Paulie, who's a foot freaking taller than Alan Richmond, which is kind of nuts. Because he's like 6'2", and he's a big fuck. Digital, I can tell from the way they move. I can tell immediately just from the way they move, but crystal, falcon, gem, and jewelry. Does that mean anything? Mailboxes, right here. Bro, why you gotta attack the mailboxes, right? Leave the mail alone. And then you can see his face. You knew this moment was coming, Joel.
You swore.
And this is exactly mirrors a shot from season 1 where Joel was burying someone and Ellie was walking off, but Ellie was walking off and kind of like, all right, let's go kind of thing. And Joel was sitting there at the grave contemplating, and now he's contemplating, fuck. This was bound to happen eventually. Our props shouldn't have lied to her, but now it's too late. April 13th, almost less than a month away. The character here that Jeffrey Wright has chained up, I believe, is the character of Kat, played by someone named Noah Lamana, an actor from Toronto. So back to the show. Yes, Kat, I believe is the person's name. I'm still unclear about the seraphites and how the women have the hair and the men don't. And yes, I did look back and confirm that that is in fact Joey Pantoliano's. I'm panting myself on my back because I knew that was Joey Pants. But he looked pretty damn old. I haven't seen that guy in a while.
Ignorance is bliss.
That there ends my breakdown, my half-ass analysis, my last and final trailer for The Last of Us. And I'm pretty excited. I would love to know how excited you guys are. Thanks for watching up to this point, if you still are. And I can't wait to watch the show, but I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it too. Leave a comment below about what you're excited about. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, don't forget to keep gaming.